Hey guys, Dan with Pain Free You, and still trying to get used to this new camera here, so if the exposure is a little dark, a little light, not liking the way it looks, let me know. Anyway, so today's topic is this. It's not your fault. And what do I mean by that? It's not your fault that you're in pain, right? As you start to learn about Dr. Sarno and this repression process, you know, sometimes we can come to the conclusion that it's my fault. I did this to myself. I did this to myself and I'm weak and I'm so angry with myself for giving myself this pain. And it's absolutely not your fault. It's really not. You are in pain because of decades-old programming that we got as a child, that certain emotions are not acceptable, they're not okay, they're scary and they're dangerous. So it is not your fault that you are in pain. Now the good news is, now that you're an adult and you are aware of the fact that this repression process is what starts this whole wicked downward spiral into chronic pain, and then the fear and the focus and the anxiety on the pain actually tends to lock it in and make it stick around. As an adult, guess what? The great news is that you have the power and the ability and the intelligence to choose to change. Look, a lot of people think, oh, it's impossible to change, right? Whatever, 52 years old. It's too late, I can't change. Well, you can, but it takes intention, it takes decision, it takes knowing exactly what you want to do. And what I'm hoping to do with these videos is help you see that the change is possible and it is not as difficult as you think it is. It is uncomfortable. Change is always uncomfortable, but it is not that difficult and it's not that complex. We operate through our subconscious programs, and these subconscious programs were given to us when we were children. By the time we were 7 years old, most of what we do all the way through adulthood is based on what we've kind of been taught up until age 7, which is really kind of weird. But I will tell you that it is very possible to erase some of those old programs and replace them. The example I may have given the other day on a video was, imagine your parents gave you their iPod, their old iPod, and on it is all the music they love, and you even had your friends put on some songs that they like, and your family and your uncles and aunts and everybody else, and basically what you're doing is walking around all day listening to this iPod of all the music that other people have told you to listen to, your parents and your upbringing and your teachers and everybody else who influenced you and your doctors. These are the programs that you're listening to every day, and what I'm here to tell you is it's your iPod. Guess what? You get to decide what you want to believe. You get to decide these old programs or these old songs on the iPod, I don't like them. They're not serving me. So perhaps you can go think about it for a while, decide exactly what you want, start searching around and figure out what songs do you want to listen to all day, meaning what thoughts do you want to have all day long, and what life do you want to create moving forward. Just because we are where we are doesn't mean we have to stay there. We're not broken, we're not damaged, and frankly we're not stuck. We may feel it. I had pain for 13 years, and trust me, I felt stuck. But once you realize, almost like Dorothy on The Wizard of Oz, you know, she always had the power to go home. She was wearing those ruby slippers, the magic slippers, the whole time. A couple of clicks of the heel and she was able to go home. She always had that power. And you have the power to move forward. You are not stuck. You're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. Physically, if you really truly understand and study Dr. Sarno's work, the fact of the matter is there is not a physical cause for your pain. That should be the biggest relief ever. And the good news is you're just walking around with somebody else's old iPod playing their songs and then wondering, I don't like these songs, it's driving me crazy. It's your iPod. Time to erase the old songs that you don't like and start installing new ones. So install some new thoughts. Become mindful of when you're listening to the old thoughts and the old music, and say, okay, time to hit pause. I'm going to replace these old programs that don't really work so well for me with new programs. So intention, decide exactly what you want, and then spend a significant portion of your day focused on what you want. Because I can tell you, and you can confirm this for yourself, if you have been spending the vast majority, if not the entire day, focused on that which you don't want, which are your pain and other symptoms, how's that worked so far? Have you gotten better, or has it become more chronic and more significant and more painful or symptomatic? Focusing on what you want is absolutely the way out of the jungle. So, erase that iPod. Get rid of those old songs that have been driving you crazy and causing all of your pain. Emotions are safe. Decide that. Redefine new meanings. Gave you an example of that in a past video. Emotions are safe. They have no meaning other than the meaning you defined for them. So guess what? Define some good meanings that they make you human, normal. But with intention, decide what your life is going to be like. And start to visualize what that future is going to look like. Because again, if you visualize this future life of pain and disability and agony, that's what you're going to bring into this world. It's already here. So you got nothing to lose by shifting and changing. And yes, change feels really uncomfortable, but it is possible and you can do it. So let me know your thoughts below as to maybe we can start sharing here a little bit. What does your ideal life look like? Comment below. Tell me what that looks like. Because if you can't even create that vision in your head, you're letting the default programs, the subconscious programs, dictate your future. And it's very predictable if you do that. So start defining what your future is going to look like and what you want it to look like. And you're going to have a much better chance of creating that than if you simply let the old programs continue to run the show. So take ownership, decide, intention, be mindful when the subconscious programs are getting the best of you and really running the show. Stop, replace, what do we got to do here? So hopefully this helps. Again, it is not your fault that you are in pain. It is not your fault. So with that, love you guys. If you got comments, note them below. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and share widely. Appreciate you. Thanks.